My name is Jack. I'm 39, and I'm a professional coward. My comfort zone is the size of a postage stamp. I'm the guy who apologizes to a chair if I accidentally bump into it. But one morning, a crazy idea hit me. What if I hack the system? What if, for exactly 7 days, I act like an alpha leader, even if I'm panicking inside? Psychologists call it fake it till you make it. I call it survival week. Spoiler alert, my brain almost melted, but my life changed forever. Monday, the theater of one. I woke up thinking, today, I'm James Bond, just without the car and with a mortgage. I started with my body. Research says, square your shoulders, and your brain believes you're tough. So I walked to the subway like I owned the city. At the coffee shop, the barista messed up my order. Old Jack would have stayed silent. New Jack calmly asked for a remake. No sorry, just eye contact. And guess what? The world didn't end. My brain logged it. I'm acting confident. Therefore, I am. Tuesday, the charisma trap. In meetings, I usually blend into the wallpaper. But today, I tested social dividends. When the boss asked a question, I spoke first. I talked total nonsense, but I used a low, steady voice. The effect was terrifying. Everyone nodded. The boss looked impressed. I realized something scary. People confuse confidence with competence. I looked like a leader, so they assumed I was smart. I was just loud, but it felt like I'd stolen someone's glory. Wednesday, the cortisol hangover. Wednesday brought the bill. My body revolted. Turns out wearing a mask is exhausting work. I felt stress boiling inside. The fear of being found out caused a cortisol spike. I agreed to a complex project I didn't understand. Outside, I was a rock. Inside, I had tachycardia. My brain was spending all its energy suppressing anxiety instead of solving problems. I was tired like I'd been hauling bricks all day. Thursday, the imposter within. A colleague praised my boldness. I smiled and said, it was nothing. Inside, a voice screamed, you're a liar. They'll find out. This was cognitive dissonance in full bloom. My real self and my ideal self were at war. So I started working like a maniac. It's called hypercompensation. I tried to bridge the gap between the mask and reality with workaholism. I realized something important. Confidence without a foundation is a house of straw. Friday, the leak. Friday night was a date. I decided to be mysterious, dominant. I controlled every word. But you can't cheat nature. It's called leakage. My hands shook when I picked up the glass. I laughed too loud. She looked at me with suspicion. She felt the faking. Acting kills empathy. I was so busy with my role, I didn't actually listen to her. It was the loneliest date of my life. If you always say, I'm great, you can't say, I'm scared, and get support. Saturday, the small win. By Saturday, I was tired of pretending. I went to the hardware store to return a broken drill. Before, I wouldn't have gone, fearing the conflict. But after a week of saying yes, I was used to acting. I stood my ground, calmly explained the issue. No aggression, just a firm, this is my right. They gave me a refund. This wasn't a mask. This was a mastery experience. I took an action and got a result. The confidence became a real brick, not just a balloon. Sunday, the final insight. I survived. I took off the Superman suit and exhaled. What did I learn? First, pretending works like a car starter. It helps you move when you're stuck. But you can't drive on the starter forever. The motor will burn out. Second, people really do fall for external confidence. If you stay silent, no one knows how smart you are. Sometimes you just have to raise your hand. Third, imitation must turn into experience. If you only pretend, you'll burn out. But if you act brave, take a step, and get a result, the confidence becomes real. I'm not Jack the Coward anymore, but I'm not James Bond either. I'm just a guy who is afraid but does it anyway. And that is more than enough.